Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. Sweety Pie's back, back, back. Tell a friend, friend, friend. Guess who's back, 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 guess who's back. Down, 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 down. Okay. I'm not that happy. I am not that cheerful, honestly. It has been so unmotivating. But I did get some good news. I got some good news today. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work. It's been like a month and a half. I'm going back to work May 4th. So I'm dying for this. I'm dying to go back to work. I need to go back to work. I just noticed I'm not very motivated when I don't work. Who would have thought, right? So yeah, I am going back to work and I'm excited, and hopefully I can continue to upload like I've been doing, because I've actually been doing pretty good on the upload schedule. I can usually do 1 or 2 a week, and I'm like, what? So hopefully I can continue that. But yeah, let's get into this video, because this one's going to be a good one. Okay, so today we're talking about concealers, guys, because there has been about 4 billion concealer, like first they went with the foundations, then they came out with the concealers, like, and every single brand that came out with a foundation also came out with a concealer. And I've got 5 here today, and a couple of them are a little bit older, a couple of them are like brand spanking new. But at first I was just going to do a video, and I did film that video on the Too Faced. This is the Peach Concealer. It's their matte instant coverage concealer. Didn't like it that much. Okay, so at first I was just gonna do a standalone video on this concealer, and I was like, you know what? I went and I filmed the video, and I was looking over it, and I was like, you know what? This is a lot of work, like a lot of time for one concealer, when I could talk about all the new concealers that I have been using for the past like 2, maybe 3 months, and condense it into one video. And I'll show you textures, and we'll talk about the shade ranges and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, then we can get a lot more bang for our buck. So that's what we're gonna do. I have 2 concealers that I didn't like so much, and then I have 1 concealer that I am just like, what? I love. And 2 that are, we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. Now, I think I did do a review on this one, which is actually the Hourglass. Have some thoughts. I can't remember exactly. Like, I know that I liked it when I did the review. I can't remember exactly how I felt, but it's been a while for this one now. So I've actually been able to really like put it through the ringer. Anyway, if you guys are interested in talking about some concealers, then stay tuned, of course, and subscribe. Yeah, that's important too. Make sure you subscribe, comment, how you guys doing. I know it's still a really tough time in this crazy world we're living in. But I hope everybody's staying safe and staying sane. So yeah, let's get into this video. All right, guys, so we're gonna kind of go like and bounce around from like worst, best. I don't want to focus, too far on the negative. I don't want to focus too far on the positive. So we're gonna start with a negative. What? Did that make sense? Whatever. It's gonna be the Too Faced one, guys. All right, so this is $30. I'm a Canadian, so everything's in Canadian dollars. There's thought I heard a cat. What the hell? There are 17 shades of this concealer. This is a pot concealer, medium coverage, matte finish, and it is exactly that. The reason I do not love this concealer is it's so matte, and it's like creamy, but it's hard. Like, if you get a corrector, it seems to be a lot more emollient, so you could actually stick your finger in there, but this one is definitely really solid, and it's really matte. It does not look good under my eyes. That was like the whole problem in the review that I did was that it just looks terrible under the eyes. It is not full coverage. It is like a medium coverage. They don't lie about that because that's definitely all you're going to get from this. I definitely can see my under eye circles still when I pat this, and it creases. It looks cakey. It was not a good one, and I wish I could kind of return it, but I can't return it right now because there are no Sephora's open. I wonder how they're going to deal with that later. But yeah, this one, it was just a no-go. Super cute packaging. Scent is gorgeous, and I don't know, I might not actually return it because I did use it as my kind of cut crease deal, and it worked pretty good. So, and it's not bad at covering up blemishes either because it mattifies them, but again, it's not going to be full coverage over that blemish, so you are going to have to put your foundation on over top of that, which, you know, whatever. I usually do foundation first, then concealer, and I was not impressed by this at all. I thought, when I bought it, I thought it was going to be more like, you know, the Benefit Erase Paste. I thought it was going to be that really emollient, you know, creamy, you know, full coverage, and it just wasn't, and I'm not in love with it. So as I said, $30, matte medium coverage in a pot, so it's definitely got some thickness to it. So if you have dry skin or, you know, anything like that, I don't know this is going to be your best friend. All right, next one we're going to chat about is the most expensive one, and it is the Hourglass. It's $45. Even I can't believe I freaking bought this, honestly. $45 for a concealer is insane. Okay, this concealer is to be full coverage, natural finish. It has 22 shades, and yes, as I said, it was $45. Okay, so, few things. It is definitely full coverage. The shade range is really good, and I really love this shade. This is in the shade Sepia. Oh, it is literally like just cool toned enough. I love it. It is like my skin color. I didn't get a super brightening one for this because I just wanted one that I could maybe use like every single day, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I used this as foundation like twice, and I fell in love. It makes such, I wish they would come out with this formula in a foundation, but it does clog pores. I definitely noticed after the third day of wearing this as a foundation, it definitely clogged my pores, and I definitely started to break out. I am wearing it as foundation today, and I did notice it did not cover as well over this spot. So maybe if you are really acne prone, you might have a little bit of weirdness. Now that is where I would put my bronzer and my contour. So it is possible that I kind of, you know, when you start to rub, clearly you will lose some of that coverage. So maybe I started to rub it a little bit and lost the coverage that way, but it's so nice. It's so nice. It doesn't crease. It looks beautiful. It is full coverage. Oh, I love this. I love this concealer. This is such a nice concealer. And of course you're gonna, like, I hope it's a nice concealer knowing that it's $45 and from Hourglass. They've just come out with some really great products, honestly. I've really enjoyed pretty much every product I've bought from them so far. But yeah, a little pore clogging if you are super sensitive. I don't know if you're gonna love this, especially if you're using it for like spot concealing and stuff, because it definitely did break me out after a while. But as for the finish, so beautiful, so beautiful. Natural, not matte, not dewy. You know, sets almost on its own, where, you know, you could just set like the areas on your face that crease more often and you would be totally set for the day. I am a normal to dry. I used to be kind of oily, and I'm like normal to dry acne prone. Ugh, such a mess. But yeah, either way, this is a good one. This is a good one. But if you are acne prone or sensitive, you may break out from this. Like I'm not going to be keeping this on all day because I'm just afraid I don't want to break out. Oh, cat hair. So yeah, that number two. What are we going to talk about next? next? Let's see here. Okay, we got the Juvias Place. All right. So I wanted to kind of touch on the foundation as well, because I find these two formulas like so different in so many ways. It's insane. So the Juvias Place concealer was $19.75 Canadian, and it's a full coverage. It's supposed to be like not like it's supposed to be a natural finish, I think, and they have 24 shades. Okay. I don't love the foundation. It is way too matte for me, and it's good for filming, but it creases so badly on me. Like I have to be so careful, because like you honestly, even if you use a small amount, it's so full coverage. It really is a full coverage matte foundation. If that's what you're looking for, that's what this is. So, you know, all the power to you. Oh my gosh, Mal. All the power to you. If that's what you need, that's what you need. But I just found that unless I'm like filming, or, you know, even like if I'm going to a Christmas party or something, I probably wouldn't wear this, because it's going to crease and look terrible when you're real close to me in person. So I'd probably opt for something a little less, you know, full, but it does look beautiful on camera. I will say that. I've worn this several times on camera, and it looks flawless. Now, as for what we're supposed to be talking about, the concealer, I think this is more natural finished. It is not like it's medium to full coverage. I think that you can definitely get a pretty darn good full coverage, especially if you're going to set it with like a setting powder. I think you'll be good, but it's so much better. Now, I have tried this as foundation, didn't like it. I don't know, it was creasy and kind of not super full coverage, so it looked funky. I have the shade 19, which I'm surprised that they don't put the actual name, because they do have names, I think. But yeah, I have shade 19, and then I also have Alexandria in the foundation. The foundation fits really perfectly. The color matching was excellent, so definitely wasn't surprised about that. Huge doe foot applicator on here, and yeah, just really not super matte. I didn't find this one to be the mattest one of the bunch at all. It still had some like dewiness, some luminosity to it. It's very creamy. I kind of like this. I like it, but it's not my favorite. It's not bad. Is that something I can say? Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's not bad. I would definitely wear this, you know, as an everyday concealer. The next one coming up is definitely better, but still a good one. As for the foundation though, only for filming. I honestly, maybe taking pictures would also be good for this, but like, in real life, I look like a cake face. All right. Now, this is my favorite one, okay? And I was surprised about this. This kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, really? This is so good. Okay, Milani came out with, this is the Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have it in 125 Light Neutral. This is a tiny bit dark. I am wearing it today. Like, look at, that's super flawless, guys. Come on, I love this concealer. Okay, tiny little doe foot applicator. Oh, I used this as foundation and I did not like it at all, but it is like dewy. It is kind of on the thicker side, full coverage for sure. Oh, I just love it. I don't know what it is. It's very hydrating. Like, do you see how that's kind of drying down more matte now? This is going to stay kind of dewy, and I never have a problem setting it. I usually, like today, I set it with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Beautiful, really flawless, no creasing, which is kind of something I've been having a lot of problems with lately. I love this concealer. So as for price, it was $14.99. They had 12 shades from what I could see, full coverage, tiny little doe foot applicator. really cute packaging. Like, honestly, Milani always does really cute, nice packaging. And I like that they do not have like the tapey stuff on their products, because it really just kind of diminishes the look of the product. Not that it matters, but you know, you want to have nice things, right? I don't know. Anyway, I love this. This is definitely a dewy foundation, or this is definitely a dewy concealer. It's going to leave your skin looking more fresh. It's going to, you know, if you have dry skin, I think it goes over like the dry patches or the dryness better. I think it kind of fills it in a little more, especially when you have like these crow's feet here. I definitely feel like I love putting this over top of it because it doesn't look as cakey. And then when I put powder over top of it, it just kind of melds into the skin and it looks really nice. And it's just something I enjoy. Very like natural finish. This is definitely, it's the same as the Hourglass. It's a very straight up natural finish. It does not look matte. It does not look super, super dewy. It's not like the Tarte creaseless concealer that is really thick. I really like that one, and I always hate that no one likes that one because I really like it. It is really sticky and dewy though. Like, you do have to wait a few minutes, tap out the creases, then go in with powder, you know, and everybody likes a certain look. Like, so if you're looking for natural finish, Milani, Hourglass, really, really, really good concealers. Really enjoy them. This one, obviously, it's okay. It's all right. The Too Faced, can't stand it. Cannot stand it. You know, can cut a crease with it, but that's like about it. Last but not least, something I thought I was gonna love, but I just don't love it that much. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. They come in 25 shades. It was $8.40, I think. That was a weird number. And it's a medium coverage. It's supposed to be obviously more hydrating. It was not the hydrating factor that bothered me about this concealer. I just didn't get enough coverage. And wow, seeing it on my hand here, it's like, seriously? But like, once I blended this concealer out, I just didn't get as much coverage from it. And like, I have excuse me, I have two of the e.l.f. Camo concealers, and as much as I do feel like this is a more drying concealer, this one, it sacrificed a little bit of coverage for the hydration. I think. And that's just like the way I've been feeling while I've been kind of interchanging all of these concealers and trying to figure out, you know, one from the other. What does this one look like? What does this one, you know, feel like? Does this one last longer? You know, this one, it's not a whole ton of coverage, and I don't feel like it lasts as long as, you know, say the Milani or even the Juvias Place. This one is definitely like toe and toe with the Too Faced one. I don't love it. I would wear it for like every day going to work, you know, all that kind of stuff, but like, I'm not gonna wear it to, you know, a night out, an event, you know, like going to a Christmas party, going somewhere where people are gonna be looking at me. I'm not gonna pick that one. I'm just not. So yeah, really great price tag on these. And if you're looking for like a medium coverage, you don't have a whole ton of like darkness under your eyes, I don't think this would be great for your face, just because it is a hydrating and it's probably going to wear off a little quicker. I would definitely go for the original. The 12-hour Camo Concealer, I just like it better. I don't know. I just like it better. I like it better. I can't help. I just try it and then I like what I like. That is the way it goes. All right, guys. Whew. Well, 5 concealers. We got through them all. I think I am going to do some little inserts because I feel like I wasn't doing enough. I hate doing any other, I shouldn't say this. I really dislike having to do extras for a video, but let me know if that's something you really like to see, like the up close and personal with the product, you know, packaging, blah, blah, blah. Let me know, because obviously I want to do what you guys want to see. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys subscribe and like this video and all that good stuff. Gosh, it's been crazy out here, but I'm so happy that we are going to be getting back to work soon. Yeah. All right. Bye. Bye. I just wanted to show you guys, after I let my hand kind of like set, dry, whatever, what have you, you can really tell which ones have a more luminous finish and which ones are definitely more matte. This one is the Too Faced, which you can't even really see because it's so matte to the skin. Then you have the Hourglass, which you can see there's a little bit of shine there, but it's more of a natural finish. And then what's this one? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, Juvia's Place. Same kind of thing with the Juvia's Place one here. It's kind of like, it's luminous, but it's still, you know, getting there. And then we have my favorite, the Milani, which is this one right here. And it's same thing, you know, on the kind of bordering on matte finish, bordering on dewy finish. And then lastly, we have the e.l.f., which, if you can see in the light, is super dewy. Isn't that interesting? That's cool, right?